What is up, App Nation? Welcome to another beautiful Friday morning. And we're doing another YouTube live stream, taking a look at your apps, auditing your apps, which I've gotten a lot of great feedback on. So thank you so much. If you guys are interested in getting your app audited as well, all you got to do is go to appmasters.com/audit. We just launched a premium app audit where if you want to know the inside secrets, really talk to me one-on-one for a full hour and really dive deep into some of the conversion hacks, until some of the ASO hacks. Go check it out. It is all within that link at masters.com/audit. Today, we want to really talk about the new iOS 14 features, some of the app development pitfalls that you might be making. And there's no better person to talk to than Chaim right here, or this way. He's been a longtime sponsor of the show, longtime friend of the show too, back when we just started in 2013. So I've been really fortunate enough to have worked with them, and we've shared a lot of different clients too, and we've heard only great results. So if you're looking for an app development firm to really help you launch your app, fix your code, maintain that code, and give you a great rate, well, go check them out. It is the letter B, the number 7, dev.com. Chaim, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Steven. How are you?
I'm good, Chaim. So, hey guys, what I want to also do for you guys is let me know what your favorite breakfast is. I'm a big donut guy. I love donuts, but put in the comments below what your favorite breakfast is, and maybe we're going to do a giveaway for a premium app audit. So you're going to have to put it into the comments what your favorite breakfast is, and I'll pick a winner randomly, and we'll do a premium app audit, and we'll record it and all that stuff, and hopefully create a case study out of it. But Chaim, let's get to this. One of the things I want to talk about with you, look, I just upgraded to iOS 14. I think it's phenomenal. I think Apple's made some new changes. What is your initial thoughts on iOS 14 and how developers can really utilize iOS 14?
Well, definitely will be a turning point. It adds a lot of big features. Some people may argue that it's kind of late for some stuff after Google's, but you never know. The important thing is that it's already there and it's ready for new ideas to come alive, to do great apps, and will be really, really a game changer for Apple, for new ideas. Again, I'm very excited on this because it's leaving, the simple thing like apps just for fun. We are starting to talk about serious business with this upgrade, okay?
Sorry. Yeah. And one of the things that I would tell everybody in the audience, if you're still trying to figure out, we're probably behind on it, but iOS 14 did just launch. But if you're trying to figure out what kind of features to develop, just look at the features Apple is featuring or showcasing, to come up with a better word, in the App Store. So I'm in the App Store right now. Here are the apps that are being featured. I just went under apps. It's add widgets to, add widgets to your home screen. Great on Watch OS 17. So, some Apple iWatch. See it in dark mode. Dark mode's been around for a little bit, but okay. Sign in with Apple. I know that's a new one. And you can just get this sense of who's being featured. And Apple, every time they launch a new iOS, they want to feature apps that have, some of their new features in there. And then I would say, I'm always trying to do my job in representing everybody, but look, celebrate Latinx developers. Like if you're a Latinx developer, make sure you go, hey, Apple, you're missing a key app in this Latinx developer, put in my app type of thing. So really leverage what Apple is featuring. And that way you can get a sense of what you should be building into your apps as well. And we've done, whenever we try to get featured, Chaim, for an app, we have said like, hey, Apple, your Latinx developers missing a key app. And, this is the only app that does X, Y, and Z and so forth. So that's how we've been able to sort of leverage all that stuff within Apple. So anything you want to add there?
Yeah. Again, I really think that, that's our website. I really think that we are talking about the big changes coming to the apps, mostly on areas such as e-commerce, for example, simulations, virtual, augmented reality. They did an excellent job to be up to date. Again, it's not that those things were not available for developers, but you need to integrate third-party libraries or do your own development with a big investment and then adapting that to the apps. There are 4 big areas that this new operating system version 14 is adding right here. I mean, like 3 technical things and 1 thing that will get a lot of annoyance for some developers. The first one is the widgets that you can add from your own app to the home for the phone. Okay, you can create your own widgets. The second thing, I mean, with iOS 14, they refurbished all the user experience at the phone itself. And one of the things is that you can create your own widgets for this. The second thing is bigger improvements on the AR kit, the tool that we have for augmented reality. Okay, you can do now really similar games to Pokemon Go. Remember that really popular game, because you have now location anchors. So you can set a location anchor in any place, okay, with a map, and then even your neighborhood. And then when you approach them, you can see a watch on the phone augmented reality features, okay? They also improved face tracking features, like Snapchat and all that fun and silly things, but they really improve it, the accuracy, and that is a good pointer for new ideas, for new tricks, face replacing and etc. It's really fun. It sounds like silly, but those apps are really popular, okay? And applying video textures on instead of just 3D object. You can now screen like a movie trailer if you want to over a virtual screen, or you can animate textures on objects. Okay, so it's really exciting to know about that. The third thing that is just development, but in my personal view, is the biggest and the brightest point right here is something that we were able to do since 1 year ago with Firebase, adding machine learning, a bigger motor for machine learning, but now it's native on iOS 14. Okay, so you have models for a lot of things, pre-made models. That a model is like a kind of small database. I mean, I need to explain. It's like a library of common objects that you can compare with. You can compare with, I don't know, you can something while you are on the go, and you can tell this is a cat or a dog. I mean, objects that already the algorithm knows that this is a plane, this is a car, this is a Bugatti, this is a Ferrari, this is a Lamborghini, this is a Mercedes, or whatever it is that you can trade. You can, for e-commerce, for me, it's excellent. You can go with the AR kit and the machine learning, it's called the ML new feature. You can go to a store or a virtual store. You can shoot yourself, and then based on that measures, they can recommend what is the best hat that will fit your head. Just virtual makeup, virtual clothing. You can recognize objects. You can recognize phrases with NLP. You can recognize all kind of objects and all kind of noises. The phone will be able to recognize applauses or your name. It's like creating your own Alexa motor on the apps. It's like you can do a great form. I mean, the things that I'm most excited about is about e-commerce, that the app being able to recognize certain, I don't know, words or sounds or measures to make recommendations, or virtual dressing, or I don't know, you name it. I mean, it's like really exciting, and you can do your work offline, for example, for machine learning on popular platforms such as TensorFlow, and then import those models into the phone. So it's not that you are limited now to what the phone only can do, but you can develop with a big professional machine learning team and then import those models to the apps. So it's really exciting. I mean, it's just the start of something really revolutionary in my point of view. The fourth point, and I will finish with that, is the all the privacy concerns on the latest years. So right now you have a new permission that the app will have to ask. Okay, on this will depend the approval from the Apple Store. Okay, there is a new user privacy permission. If you collect data from third parties, or you can identify somehow, the email of the Apple user with the device, you will be asked to ask for permission first. Okay, there are several exceptions to this, like when you are getting data for fraud detection and such, but mostly you need to be aware of this, that your app can be rejected if you don't ask for user privacy permission. There is a new kind of permission about privacy rights. Okay, so this may be bothering to some apps that they are already there. They will have to resubmit with this kind of permission included. Okay, if someone wants to know all about those new features, exciting features, as usual, they can go to developer.apple.com/iOS.
Yeah, I love it. Thanks for sharing all that, Chaim. I mean, you're the technical guy, so that really sort of highlights some of the key benefits of iOS 14 as well. So one of the things I want to talk about, I mean, the things that we're going to get to today is these app audits. So we got C41, we got KAKU. I think he's made some changes. KAKU Dittman, you made some changes since you filled out the form. We got Duesl RPG, and then we got this Pro Habit Tracker as well. I want to say thank you guys for coming on. I see Joe, good to see you every week. Bianca, always good to see you. Dimitrios, always good to see you. And then Johan, good to see you. Tootsap, and I know you looks like a lot of the breakfast stuff. Oats with grapes. Moonshade says Joe likes bacon and eggs. Protein shake, egg. Talha, how's it going, brother? All right, Chaim, should we get into our first app?
Let's move on.
All right, C41. He says, you didn't give me a name, so all right. Let's take a look at the App Store. I love it when you guys don't give me a name. Give me a name. Come on. I don't want to call you C41 by your app name. He said text description of app for ASO and graphics. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Text description. So C41 photo competition. Enter your photos to win. Let's take a look at this. Regular photo competitions to win real prizes. It looks like we have to take pictures, then we can win. I want to know what the real prizes are on first look at this time. Like, okay, what are the real prizes? Am I getting money? Am I getting gift cards? So that's sort of what I'm thinking about. Because, I mean, there's a little bit of, I don't believe you, right? I don't believe you right off the bat when I hear that. So like, if you put real prizes, tell me what those real prizes are. And then also tell me how much you've paid out, because then it really adds on to like, oh, I get it. People can actually win stuff and people actually have won stuff. And I can share a client of ours that has really good screenshots of this. Competition, vote on the other entries. Okay, submit a photo, receive helpful comment with tips on how to improve. Feel free to jump in anytime. Vote on other photos to gain exposure. Okay.
Yeah, I love the home screen when they, I mean, I think that they need to improve a little bit the story that they are telling the people why you should jump into a photo contest. But the contest, sorry, the prices are there in the end of the page. But it's a very valid point that maybe the prices should be upfront and not in the end of the description. Is very attractive to know what you will earn. But also, I will also try to improve the idea of why you should participate in such contest. If you love photography, etc., etc.
Right. Here, I'll try to pull up an app that this is one of my old clients, a good friend as well. But I think their screenshots are beautiful. They're really doing well in the app space. It's called Match to Win. And you can see that win real cash, like real, it's match 3. beautiful, win $5,000, win cash playing the game you love, add levels, create combos, adventures, bonus, win big. So, you know, there's real legitimacy to this. And if you guys Google around and look in the app stores for similar apps like this, I forgot what the other ones are called, but you can find that their screenshots a little bit better. And with C41, like, great, but look,
and using also using those words, exactly those words, bonus, right. win, bonus games, win cash. Those are big magnets for the people.
And the other thing I want to point out too, and I saw this with other clients, is this text is so tiny. So like, right. All right, look at this, Chaim. So we're looking at this, and I'm blowing this up, right? This is my website with my web browser on the blown up. So Joe says C41 screenshots of Google Play are using iOS and aren't properly cropped. Okay, well, that's another thing. Thank you, Joe, for pointing that out, man.
Yeah, you know that generally older people is more loving, more picture taking loving. So maybe the fonts should be bigger for older people like me using glasses and maybe a dev. Yeah, you need to. You know what the persona is on user experience. You create your ideal user, and then you define what he does and why he's behaving like this, and what he loves, and maybe bigger fonts is. It seems like oversight, but it's important.
So here's what I'm saying. Like, if you think about the difference between what we're seeing in the web right here, I'm blowing this up so we can all read this, regular photo competitions, but on the actual app store, now they're bidding. Look, it's very hard to read, right? Like regular photo competitions. And again, you guys are seeing this on a blown up screen, but very, very hard to read. So, and then when I go to, let's say, Match to Win, which was the other app that I was showing you guys, that was former client.
Yeah, big fonts, some
big
keywords.
Fonts, like Match to Win, win cash, new levels. So way better than your
big magnets for the eye.
Yeah. And look, they're bidding on their term too. So you can see Match to Win, create combos, new adventures, everything. The words are key. You try to put too much text and it becomes very, very hard to read. So that's what I would try to improve as well. And there are a lot of keywords because I've done a bunch of different apps like this, not a bunch, but a handful of apps. There's a lot of keywords that are good, like earn money for playing games, earn money for walking is another good keyword. So think about those other keywords, because it seems like photo competition, I'm just going to assume, does not have a ton of different traffic. Maybe I'm wrong. I haven't done the research on this, but think about that, Shandarashan. And your subtitle really from an ASO perspective is not optimized, because nobody's going to put enter your photos to win. Win what, right? So win money, win prizes, win gift cards. Those are all good keywords that you probably want to start optimizing for that.
Yeah, a quick tweak on the screenshots with those big words, magnets for the eyes, win, cash, and bonus. And it's like the online gaming that they have all the time. Those words, okay?
Yeah.
Those are the words that the people that they want to reach something, to win something, they are ready to see, or they are waiting to see.
Right. Okay. I'm going to get to some of the questions too. Tap, how can we improve keyword ranking for specific keyword if it's stuck at the same position for a long time? Tap, let me know if it's iOS or Google Play, and I can get into some of the answers for that. Joe says, win real prizes text has no hierarchy, doesn't stand out at all. Yeah, Joe, you're absolutely right, man. Like it's not, you want to put extra emphasis, just like Match to Win, and Match to Win screenshots are solid. He likes it. And then Talas says, yep, those kinds of ads should start with social proof in the screenshots. So he kind of agrees with that. If you're going to win real prizes, really put some social proof behind it. And I know there's a ton of different apps that have this. If I can find some to give you guys an example. But here, it's Lucky Day. That's the one that I'm thinking about. Lucky Day. Let's look at Lucky Day real quick. They might not have it. Let's look in here in the Google Play Store. Scratch, free to win. Wonder if they have good screenshot time. Flame on John. Quick cash outs, earn gift cards. Usually there's like a testimonial or something in there, but
yeah, but yet again, you see cash outs, big. The words are isolated and they are the magnets.
Yeah, cool. All right, if you guys got any questions, please let me know. Two tap. The thing that I would get to is here. Let me change some of this stuff. So if you're stuck, I mean, look, I can't give away all my secrets, especially for free on this YouTube live stream, but that's why I'm doing this premium app audit where we can give away some of these secrets to you guys. But what I would say is keyword optimization is important. The key factors, let me answer it this way. The factors on iOS that are going to really drive your keyword rankings are going to be keyword optimization, obviously. But since you've already done that, I'm going to assume you've already done that because you're just stuck on a thing, is also then download velocity. So running that free promotional campaign, like I've shared with you guys in the past, that's going to really help out. And the case study I did with Rudy in a couple of, maybe it's now a month ago, where we just searched for 17X on the YouTube stuff, but nothing happened after I did keyword optimization, ASO for him. And then when we did that free promotional campaign, that's when his downloads really accelerated. And so if you've got a little bit of money, think about running search ads, think about running Facebook ads, because the download velocity on iOS is really, really important. We covered this last week with Mel from AppTweak about this. And then secondly, for the video I created with they need a better thing, keytop.app, but essentially we have been testing a lot of these keyword install campaigns. Test those out too. It is a gray hat strategy because Apple probably doesn't want you to do that, but it does. We've seen pretty good results with that too. So test out that strategy and see what type of download you can drive to really drive up the keyword installs. And then Google Play, I'm going to create a brand new video for our App Masters Academy course about this, but we had a client we've been doing really well for this client, and we're going to share with you what worked and what didn't work. And so what we did, I'll just tell you guys without giving you spoiler alerts, we built backlinks. We did the keyword optimization. We figured out where to put the keywords in the different texts. We did keyword density. We did those keyword install campaigns. We did a bunch of different stuff with this client. I'm going to share with you what you should really, really focus on with Google Play, because there were keywords that were ranking in the 100s, and now we're #1 for this particular keyword. And it's a very, very competitive keyword. So all that, sorry, will be in the App Masters Academy course too. But all right, hope that answers to that. Okay, Tutap said it is for Google Play. Hope that answers that question. Okay, all right. New channel. Okay, new channel. Welcome. Hey, I've got a question. How long should you collect data before making changes? For example, if you add a welcome package and see it isn't being bought a lot, how many days would you collect? Chaim, you want to start?
It's more about the quantity than I mean, you can wait 1 month. If you don't get any data, it's worthless. So I will focus more on setting a target, like I will get feedback from X amount of customers or users, and then I will start to analyze that data. It's not about the time, it's about the quantity, in my point of view. If you're not getting enough feedback, it's because the app is not being downloaded or used, in my point of view.
Yeah, completely agree. I think it's like Chaim said, like it's as long as you have a data. Look, I'm not a statistics major. I'm not a data scientist. So you probably want to talk to a real data scientist out there. But what I like to see is generally for the keyword changes, we give it about 2 weeks length of time. If you're getting downloads and people are going through that, right? Like I always say like 30 to 50 downloads minimum is enough to start tweaking different things to see if they're effective. And so if you have a welcome screen, you're getting 50 downloads, then enough people are going through, or the welcome package, then you're like, oh, not a lot of people are converting. Let's say 100 people saw it, not a lot of people converted. Then you know it's probably not working. And what I always suggest to clients is running Apple search ads to then drive that initial user base to then get the interest. Because if you're just solely relying on ASO and you're not fully optimized, you might not get the quantity that I'm alluded to.
Yeah, you know that, by the way, if a data scientist will tell you about the same. A big problem in analyzing databases is the size of the database. Sometimes you have a small database to train an algorithm, but if the database is too small for training, is not broad about several factors, the results for the training won't be worthwhile. worthy. Sorry. So they will tell you about the same. It's about quantity, okay, and not about time. Okay, just get a target about getting, I don't know, 100 users, 1,000 users, depending on the scale, and then you will be wiser to know what is what. Okay, is quantity. Quantity is the key.
Yep. And then Bianca asks, speaking of social proof, especially for new apps, what do you think of partnering with nonprofit to give portions of proceeds back to community to gain some degree of social proof? I think it's helpful, Bianca. I don't think it's going to make or break. I don't think it's big social proof for that. We've worked with a ton of different apps with going that route. I think with these nonprofits, they want to see that you have leverage too, right? And so I think there's other ways to leverage social proof. And one of the ways you can do it is borrowing quotes. You know, this is one of my favorites. Borrowing quotes from famous people, because it's leveraging their social proof and you're adding. So if your mission, for example, like if I had a podcast course that I was launching, I can go to a Pat Flynn and maybe mention that, or Tim Ferriss, like how podcasts has changed their brand, right? So that's how you can sort of leverage social proof if you don't have your own social proof. Are there quotes out there that people have said about the mission that you're trying to accomplish as well?
Steve, another interesting point, if you let me, is that sometimes you partner with the nonprofit groups, associations, or whatever, and then you are kind of tied to their message or their task in the world. Okay, so maybe some commercial aspect won't fit the ideas, or later on you want to start acting more aggressively commercially, and maybe that will be a source of conflict with those nonprofits.
Yeah, love it. Okay, hopefully, let me know, Bianca, what do you think, if that answers your question. All right, let's get into KAKU. Dittman, I'm sorry, I apologize. I didn't pay for your app. Looks like it's a $5 app. It's iPad. Maybe there's iPhone too. Okay, yeah, there's iPhone version as well. You said, now how to convert. Again, we have a long list for these app audits. That's why there's that premium one now. But Dittman says, how to convert my free downloads to subscribers. Launched 2 months ago and have 0 subscribers. And I think, Chaim, I'm going to guess that he got frustrated by the fact that he wasn't getting any subscribers. So he's like, F it, I'm going to make it paid. And I really fully believe that's probably the wrong strategy. If you're not getting new subscribers, Dittman, what I would have asked you to do was keep it free so that I could have done a deep dive into your app, but that's really not it. And that Rudy case study shows you examples of why it's not, like, and I see developers doing this all the time. Oh, I'm not converting anybody. I'm just going to make it a paid app, thinking that's going to get more people to pay you. That's probably wrong, right? And what we did with Rudy's app, we've now 30x his revenue, Chaim, just by making those changes, right? And so that's all you got to do, Dittman. Like, either, let's do the premium app audit, or like fix the funnel. Why aren't people subscribing? If you're getting downloads, people are actually interested in what you're doing. But if you're not getting them to pay, there's something wrong with the funnel, and you have to optimize the actual conversion rather than being like, oh, I'm just going to block you. By making it paid now, you're probably going to get less subscribers and less money from this particular app. Okay. Chaim, anything you want to add?
No, I will be more interested in see how the internal funnel works, and then I can be more proficient on this. I don't know. I mean, first of all, is the idea any good? Let's suppose that it is, because it looks like really nice. If you are solving a problem that the people, like, I don't know, Japanese users needs a notepad, but they cannot find out, so they will use this KAKU application. It's great. You are solving a real problem. The point is, at that point, you will start charging them. Okay, so I don't know any Japanese, so I don't know what are the grammatical limitations for this number of characters, or way to display, or any other integration that you can do. I don't know, but I would check with some. Maybe I can take with some real user, to see what else they were expecting from the app, or at what point they will pay for doing some extra or more pages or more text. I don't know. Again, needs to check exactly with real users what are they willing to pay for, and then trying to implement that.
Yeah, and I think, as I reading through the description, the funny thing is, and this is what I always see with developers too, the description is way more is better than your screenshots, and that should not be the case. Your screenshots, nobody reads the description. It doesn't even matter. We'll put it. And now that I've read the description, it's talking about like, hey, do you want to double check your Japanese sentences? Genki textbook exercises. These might be keywords that you should focus on, Ditman, in your title and your subtitle. Like learn Japanese seems to be a big one. Obviously super competitive, but obviously the main keyword that you want to probably go after. And then obviously talk about that stuff. Like you're using all the words that you're using are probably really key here in the description of your target user, but you're not saying, you're saying say goodbye to your old notepad. What does that even mean? Does that even mean, am I talking about English? Am I talking about anything inbuilt, so it's built-in translator, common word list. Like that doesn't mean anything. You're not saying anything about Japanese translations, Japanese anything. All you're saying is very generic text. Like in the beginning of everything, talk to your core user. What language are they speaking? And then write that in your
address a common frustration from them, and then improve the copy. Yeah.
All right. Well, I want to give a shout out to Demetrios because he's here too. And I remember talking to him and talking about the social proof. He said, look, one of the apps to kind of go back into the C41 and talking about like, win real prizes. I told Demetrios, I think we did this together, unless Demetrios, you correct me if you already had this in the comments, but free to win gift cards. And we've paid over 20 players over $20,000. And so he's got a very similar app to Match to Win where, it's doing well for him too. And he really shows up. Like, I love the social proof here. Gina, California, Stacy, Arizona. And he's talking to the core demographic. And I think that this is what we talked about too. If it's going to be women who are usually playing this app, like target your core demographic. Whereas here, you don't have this in here. So big difference between Coineck.
Yeah. Again, coming back to personas, you need to think about that. You need to do your homework. What is your ideal user? What is the user that, even if you can interview one real user, real person, that will give you a ton of ideas for showing that.
Yeah, I like it. Okay, let me get into some of the questions we have from the users. The names, Fabio, what do you think about a spinning wheel where you can win coupons? If you want a coupon, you can use it for 10 minutes, and there is a share with friends button so that they can use it in that time as well. Fabio, this spinning wheel is a great way to bring users back. It's a different, like a mechanic. So I think it's a great retention model. I don't know about this win for 10 minutes and it expires type of thing. I don't think people are like that ready for that type of thing, but I think it's depending on the app that you have, it's a great way. So like, let's say you have this game or this Coineck or Lucky Day, you let people spin it and then you get like virtual currency and then they win 10 coins. You can double up those 10 coins for watching a video. Those are probably better. The share with friends might be interesting, might not. I don't think that time limit is going to really change much. It might just make me feel like I'm not going to buy it, because unless you're like very niche type of app where it's like, hey, I don't know. I'm not even gonna say what came to mind, but like sports equipment, for example, like if it's niche and you have this coupon and I've always wanted this coupon, then I want it, right? Like if it's a Zappos or Amazon and e-commerce, I have a 10% coupon and I only have 10 minutes to use it. That might be more interesting, or 24 hours to use it. But if it's a broad app where there's so many things that I can get, I don't think the time limit is that interesting for me. All right. And then Joe says, effective or not depends on how you implement the gamification strategy and what genre it is. So great feedback, Joe. Without knowing a thing about your app, 10 minutes seems like it's not worth my time. I agree. So good job, Joe. We're always aligned. Lamar is here. Lamar says his favorite breakfast is good old pancake sausage and scrambled eggs. Yes, sir. I love that. All right, let's see. Let's get to one more question, then we'll get to our next app audit. I'm working on a content-heavy app with a lot of text. Okay, new channel. Any suggestions on finding good translators? Translation softwares don't get the job done. The ones I found were very expensive. Chaim, you wanna lead this off?
Yeah, the main problem today is like artificial intelligence. For translation, everyone will tell you that it's nearly perfect, but the point is that nearly is the problem. I mean, if I were you to find translators, I will look in places. I mean, again, it's like when I'm looking for developers for my company or for other companies, you need to cultivate a community of translators or developers or wherever profession that you want to do. You want to look for people that has a balance of good quality work ethics, and price. So that is about that. They are too expensive. I don't know where you were looking to. Again, demanded people is expensive, but today you have a lot of amateur translators. I mean, again, don't fall for the cheapest. Try to aim for the medium level one. When you get good translators, to keep them, okay, I mean, it's not a 5-minute solution. It's something that you need to cultivate. You need to make it grow. You need to organically work with recommendations, etc. Remember that an app is not just an app. An app is a company. You need to create the company. You need to create the staff. You need to raise them. You need to educate them. You need to let them grow inside the company, etc. It's not something that you can fix in just 5 minutes. I mean, you can go to Google Translate, but the quality, we both know, is the optimal. So there are things that luckily for us, still the people should be a real person behind that, and you need to cultivate those human relationship between you and your services providers. Okay, so try to get people for a reasonable price. We do the work. I mean, today I'm mostly on those pandemic times. You will have a lot of fairly priced translators to do the task. I mean, work ethics is the key word here, together with the pricing. Okay, I will work on that if I were you.
Yeah, I agree. And I think with the translators, if it's content heavy new channel, be careful. Make sure you have a little bit of traction. Obviously, you know English, so make sure you get traction in English first, because a lot of times you can spend a lot of money getting good translators. It's not the good translators that's hard. It's getting the traction in that particular country that's going to even be harder for you. So be careful with that. I've heard it from friends, horror stories of people investing $20,000 to really translate and localize their entire app and haven't seen a positive ROI. So what I would say is, the way I would answer your question is, make sure you have traction, make sure your people are loving your app, and then figure out which market slowly localize for whatever country you're targeting. Yeah. So Spanish, like the ASO keywords, and be like, okay, I'm seeing good results there, the screenshots. And then be like, okay, now people are getting download. Now everybody in Spain and Mexico and all the Spanish language speaking countries are getting mad at me because the content itself, while the ASO is localized, the content itself is in English. Now that's a great problem you have. Now that's when I would start investing in getting good translators for the actual content itself. So hopefully that makes sense. And I want to give a shout out to Joe. Joe, you just have to come on to one of these live streams, man. If you're too afraid to get on video, let me know. We'll figure that out. But Joe says to KAKU, you're emphasizing the features, not the benefits. So make sure you do that, KAKU, because it is all about the benefits. Okie doke. So Fabio says a spinning wheel will come once every 3 days and you get the chance to discount code. So Fabio, like the spinning code thing is actually a good thing to have every day. It's just, you got to have to work out the mechanics. I think you're trying to be a little bit too clever here with that. All right. Oh, Brandon just put a message. Hey, Stephen Chaim. Hey, Brandon Shaw. I have a messaging app with a premium subscription model. $149 per month for custom themes, name, verify, check, and make public chats. Enough for it to sell? Price good? What do you think, Chaim? Before I start.
Chatting apps, they are okay, but we both know the common competitors. I will emphasize my research about what your app is solving that the WhatsApp or Zoom or you name it is not doing for free. If you get that point that you are solving a real need and you have real users need to be solved, I will move on. First of all, I will focus on what you are doing that the others don't. So from there, move ahead.
Yeah, I agree. I think, whoa, that's not what the type of model I want. I agree. The what you have to test, Brandon, is throw some downloads on there, maybe a 200, 300 downloads and see if people are subscribing. Because if people aren't, then maybe the pricing is messed up, whatever is messed up. For a messaging app, I might not be inclined to pay for it because there's so many free options out there. So why would I want to pay for your app if there's so many free options? We worked with a few that talked about the privacy, the security, but yet, haven't been able to make it work. I think that's the hard part. And also what's hard about a messaging app is getting people to search over. So if you're already built into let's say iOS, but I can do some cool things, or WhatsApp and I could do some cool things for an existing messaging platform, that's an interesting idea. Whether if I have to use your messaging app and Chaim, if I'm trying to message Chaim, has to use that same app, that's going to be hard to really, really get going too. All right. Cool. All right. Well, new channel says, hey, my follow-up question, I'm German and you've gone ahead and translated the entire app in English. Out of prior experience, will users for other countries be okay with English or leave? They'll be okay with English. I mean, the fortunate thing is everybody speaks English these days. And so it's sort of been the quote unquote default language. While I know there's many more languages that people speak, English seems to be the one that is sort of, universal and a common language for everybody. What do you think, Chaim?
Yeah, even although I speak a little bit of German.
Yeah? What other languages do you speak?
Yeah, a few. So anyways, I have a lot of friends in Berlin living there, and then they are not native Germans speakers. And so they are very proficient on English, better than me, of course. Then they tell me, look, everyone here is speaking in English. So it's just the German case, okay? It's not all around the world, but in Germany, it's okay with English, as far as I know. For other countries, the lingua franca, as it says, today is English. So mostly, the English is okay for everywhere. I know several countries that they don't really love to talk in English, or the English literacy is not a big thing, such as, I don't know, Spain, Europe, they love everything on Spanish. Not in South America, from Mexico southwards, because they are used to understand English. Some, I don't know, maybe Chinese, but again, like the previous question or the former question, conquest one country at a time. Okay, don't spread too much around for all the countries around the world. Just conquest one country at a time, and then I think that it will worth the effort. Okay, don't go too broad in the beginning, because it will be. I mean, you have to have a lot of money and energy and a big team to address all the languages. Okay, English is okay in the beginning. Okay, focus on the territories that you can conquer more easily, and then move forward.
Awesome. Okay, now let's get into Adam's app. Adam has a RPG app, Duels RPG, fantasy adventure. It looks like the app, the growth, I guess is what he wants to focus on. The app's ranking in general, I had about 2,500 downloads a day and was in 4th for RPG in the US last summer. Now I barely get 100 downloads a day, perhaps, or people like the product, but it has no visibility. So Adam, there's a lot of things we can do with this app. So if you're interested in working together, reach out to me, man. But I think the thing that I would suggest is think through what you can do with those keyword install campaigns. And I've already shared it in the video, so I don't mind sharing it here, but think through how you can leverage that, because what I'm seeing is good rankings, good number of reviews. For the app, 4.3 is not too bad at all. And if I'm gonna look at the downloads, you got 100,000 plus downloads. So you've optimized pretty well from the keywords here. And then you've done some things. What I would probably recommend is talking about a little bit more about RPG here. Fantasy adventure, probably not as necessary. Maybe put RPG in the very beginning of the short description. But there's a lot of things that we can do here with this particular app that you're not utilizing. But the first thing, just because I've already shared it publicly, is look into those keyword install campaigns and use the app the service that I recommended. But that's the main thing that I would recommend. Let's see if we can see how well he ranks for RPG now. Duels is what I'm looking for. So it looks like, how many are here? I'm 7,
Yeah.
20, so 14.
Like 20 before.
20, so he's about 20. So you're about 20 there. Yeah, think through how you can better rank for those terms. And then also think about like what other terms besides RPG that you might be able to rank for. But right now you've got enough in here. I love the icon. I think everything looks phenomenal. I just think there's a few little tweaks from a keyword perspective that you can change. Cool. All right, last app, and then we'll call it a day, is this app, Proactive Habit Tracker and To Do. AJ, or GER revenue. What's GER? That's his thing. And user retention. I guess he wants to increase revenue and user retention. So we'll take a look at the
like
app.
Everyone else.
What's that?
Like everyone else. I mean,
like everyone else. GER. I don't know what GER means. Okay, so let's look at the screenshots. Create a life where things get done. I like that. It's good messaging. Build life-changing habits. Good. Love that. I don't know what this first screenshot is for, frankly. I know it's nice to see, but at the same time, I don't know what it's doing for me, because I think it's better when you got this, like you create a life where you get things done. Boom. Build life-changing. I love it. Stay focused with the timer. All right.
Yeah, if you allow me, I when I was checking the app, I found that the idea is nice. The design is really neat. I myself found that there are so much things that the app tries to do that I don't know in what feature specifically to focus. I mean, the idea is good reviews and etc. But I don't understand what is the big feature or the big problem that the app is trying to solve, because I understand that trying to get more focused and not to losing any time, or time management, let's call it. But I don't see it clearly on the page.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look. I mean, right off the bat, the pricing, I'll get into some of these things too, but the pricing seems a little bit weird. I just don't like that type of pricing. Okay, let's have some fun. This is what I like to do. All right. Okay, cool. So welcome to Proactive. We help you build. See, this is where I feel like it's a big misstep again. You've got me. Don't assume that I just looked at this and downloaded your app and then opened it. Sometimes, yes, maybe like half, or I don't know what the right percentage is. Most of the people click download and then open the app. But create a life where you get things done. I love that, right? Put that messaging back on that main screen, right? Which you kind of did. We help you create healthy, active, and fulfilled life. But again, you should have just redid what you kind of had. Sign in, sign up. Okay, I like that. I'm going to continue with Apple. Hide my email address. While we're on the topic, I hid my email address to one of the developers, I think, while I was doing this, and I was able to still get emails from them. So just because I'm hiding my email address doesn't mean you can't still email me, because I did get an email from somebody. All right, what do you want to build? Let's see, I guess to do. So what kind of daily habits do you want to build?
Yeah, but you know, there are so many things that you can do with the app that I need to make decisions all the time. So it's like, at least for me.
Let's see. So I'll put to do, health, fitness. I don't know what the difference between the two are, but okay, I guess like maybe, I don't know. I think they're both the same. I'll just put to do because I feel I'm pretty good on everything else. In order to remind you, okay, well, I'm going to allow it. Good way of adding the reminders, good way of asking. So you're on track there. Tap here to sort. Okay, sort. Okay.
Another question is, the app itself has analytics inside. Do you know up to what point the users use the app? They complete all the onboarding process. I will like to know that.
So here's the biggest problem, and here's like, I need to create a video about this. It's on my to-do list. Simple UI UX changes you can make to increase your revenue. And here's the big one right here. The main screen that I'm most likely going to be on, Chaim, I don't know. There's no menu, right? How do I subscribe? So one of the first things during the onboarding process that I've always recommended to people is put the pricing on the onboarding process. You know, you could have easily just said, build, what was the text that you had in your screenshots here? Create a life where things get done. Boom, get premium for whatever price that you're charging for, right? For just $10 a month, really, that's what you're charging. Now, AJ, I can't find it. I'm trying to do it. Yes, you probably wanted me to add it. And AJ's probably thinking, if he's listening to this, Steve, I want them to use my app. I want them to add at least 3 to-dos before I even think about charging. Guess what, AJ? How many people are going to get to that point? When you showed that pricing page during the onboarding process, you're going to do 2 things, one of 2 things. One, you're going to get people to subscribe. That's the easy one, right? Because some people are already interested in it. You made the messaging great. I'm going to buy. 2, you're going to show people that this is a paid product, that there are limitations to the app. Yes, you can use it for free for up to certain things, but it's going to get locked. So that's what it does. It triggers it in their mind. And then the visible mistake here is, where is it? Where can I subscribe? There's so much empty space right here. This is all nice and dandy. It makes me feel good, but you can easily add a little get premium up here, there to say, hey, unlock everything or get all your tasks done with a premium. You're not doing that right now. So let me add a task. Add pricing to onboarding. Okay, that's for you, AJ, but I'll make it a task from on here as well. Okay, I will do it one at a time. Cool. Set timer. All right. Let's see. Save. Now I can't even add anymore. What do you? Oh, I guess every day. How do I add another thing? Oh my God. I don't. Okay. Now, oh my God, AJ, this is a horrible user experience, bro. Now I can add. What happened to the ad before when I was on the other view?
You have a plus there.
Yeah, I had to close it to see all this stuff. AJ, there's huge flaws. This is great. I love this view. I don't know why you got to change this view, but what happened to the add button?
You have a plus there, but no, you have the plus there. The previous
AJ,
screen.
Have these buttons at the very top right here in the other screen. Like, this is a great view. I like this view, but
yeah, it should be floating. The today and the plus and the etc should be floating.
Yeah, you're hiding everything. You're hiding all the good stuff. Let's get into the pricing page. Become proactive. Come on. Again, your screenshot messaging is way better on point. The thing that you should consider here, I hate these. I don't know how you feel, Chaim. I hate these pricing things that end with $4.99. Just put $9.99. Just put just make it round. Put $9.99. Put $14.99. Put $19.99. For an app like this, like, anybody should be willing to pay for that. So again, that's what I would do. There's some subscription hacks that are in the App Masters Academy where I've shared ways to improve this. But one of the easiest things you can do is tell me what the difference between paid and free are, right? Have a little thing, just like I'm going to point back to my old friends at Reflectly to show you guys all this stuff. You guys are probably sick of me always pointing to. I'm always plugging Reflectly. They should sponsor the stuff too. All right, here it is. So just this, right? Premium makes it easy. Go longer. This is what it's going to do. At the very top, you should say, build a life where you get things done. Awesome. Who doesn't want that, right? Then here, what's in it for you? All the features, kind of what you have. Unlimited tasks, dark mode, easy access. Okay. I don't know what early access is. Success stories. If you don't have it, don't put it on. Premium makes it easy. What does the basic give me versus what is the premium? Look at how basic only gets one thing and everything else gets you unlocked. Questions. And then boom, hit me with the pricing page. So think about that. That's what's missing from this. It's just, I don't know what early access, like limit some of the features. I don't care about early access, frankly, because I don't know if you're ever going to get there, but limit some of the features. So if it's unlimited happen task, like what is it? How many do I get free and how many do I get with, obviously I get unlimited with free or premium, but I don't know how many I get with that. And then maybe it's the customizing, maybe it's a lot of things. It's a well done app, Chaim. It's where the UX UI changes really.
I will focus on one main feature, and then I will go from there to improve one and the pricing, of course, upfront. And so far, maybe it's nice, maybe works, maybe doesn't. I don't know about analytics, but I will try to change some basic screens in order to see at least I get some revenue.
There,
because so far,
yeah, change menu. That's what's effed up about your user retention. I don't know how to add another one after I've done the first one. Just have add task at the very bottom if you want it, right? So like it's just, let me see if I can say I did it. Does this mean I did it? So how do I say I did it? Oh man.
Yeah, done or something. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the checkbox. The check sign on.
I am pressing those. None of that's working. So there's another main problem. Okay. Oh, who knew? Swipe. Oh, it's so small. It says swipe right to complete. AJ, this is misleading. This is good feedback for me. This is what you should be doing. Everybody in the audience should be doing this after you launch this. See where people are tapping. I'm tapping this big check mark. Nothing is happening. I'm frustrated. Nobody's going to go through this. This is fun, but it's not intuitive. So make it double. Make this be able to do it. Make this able to do it. Well done. Okay, good. This is good. Again, when I hit this, I should be hit with the pricing page again because I just did something cool. I feel accomplished. I feel great about your app. Hit me with the pricing page again. All right, let's see what happens here. Cool. Boom, pricing page. Done. Should be starting to generate money. Man, few tweaks there. Should be off and running. All right, Chaim, anything you want to cover before we say goodbye?
No. So far, it's so good. We have awesome, a nice session.
A couple of different things I want to end with. If you guys are interested in working with Chaim and his team, go check out be7dev.com. They've got a lot. They'll really help you through the entire process. I sent over a ton of different clients to Chaim and have always reported really good feedback from working with Chaim and his team. Once again, if you need to update your app, or you're like, who's this? AJ, you need to fix some of these changes with Chaim and his team, go check them out. It is be7dev.com. Super affordable, super great to work with, as you just saw with Chaim right now. Chaim, you want to send the listener, the viewer, anywhere else?
No, so far they can contact me, okay? My email is Chaim with CHAIM at b7dev.com. So any inquiry, any question, I will be really glad to help anyone for sure.
Yep, they're going to help you with the UI, UX consulting, just like we did here. Development, e-commerce, the machine learning is the big one that I know nothing about, but Chaim and his team will help you with that as well. So it is
sure.
The 7dev.com. It is in the YouTube description as well. Go check them out. And next week, we're going to talk all about mobile gaming. We're going to bring somebody on that really knows monetization, that understands retention, engagement. So if you're big mobile gaming, and I think if you're not a mobile gaming, be there because we can adopt some of the strategies that work in mobile gaming to non-games as well. So that's going to be next week, same time, same channel. As you know it, I'll probably suit it up as well. Chaim, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Joe, for always being here. Dimitrios and Bianca. Hopefully I'll see you guys next week. And thank you guys for joining. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Bye-bye.